it, of course, calling the claim pure jealousy. This time, the court ruled in Diddy's favor, putting a spotlight on cybercrime in the music world. What do these battles actually reveal? As we can see, this feud isn't just about who's more famous. Each of these cases highlights the crazy competition, the battle of control, and the fight for creative ownership that drives the music and fashion industries. Diddy and Kanye's saga is more than a celebrity squabble. It's a powerful reminder of what happens when power, money, and creative rights all collide. So here's some key takeaways for creative control and industry power. What can we learn from Diddy and Kanye's legendary clashes? First, it shows the absolute need for solid contracts and creative control in high-stake industries. Their battle gives us a look into the ruthless side of music and fashion, and if there's one thing that's clear, it's that these two will stop at nothing to protect their creative vision. Second flavor, Mounds of criticism. Did you know that Ellen DeGeneres has faced more public criticism than any other celebrity? She once racked up 1 million tweets about her controversial moments in just 1 week's time. That's right, Ellen, the former queen of daytime TV and the face of positivity, has taken more heat than most celebrities will see in her lifetime. But before we dive into all the drama, let's give Ellen some well-deserved props. With a career spanning over 3 decades, 33 Emmys, and an impact that's inspired millions, Ellen is a household name and a trailblazer, not just for entertainment, but also for the LGBTQ plus advocacy. But here's where things get interesting. Despite her reputation as America's go-to feel-good host, Ellen has faced some serious public backlash. I will not hold you there. From accusations of favoritism to critiques of her high-profile friendships. Is Ellen really the most criticized celebrity out there? Or are we seeing a celebrity machine in the social media culture that just loves a good scandal? Let's unpack it all, from Ellen's brightest moments to her most talked about controversies. Whose tea is it really? This one's Ellen's, but with 1 million opinions on top of it. A look at Ellen's rise in controversies. Ellen's career took off in the 1980s with the stand-up comedy gigs leading her to her iconic sitcom Ellen back in 1994. Her coming out episode in 1997 sparked a national conversation, launching her as a leading voice for LGBTQ plus rights and ultimately the feel-good host of the Ellen DeGeneres show. But with her public success, their scrutiny rose too, and the backlash has been anything but subtle. From be kind to backlash. What's behind this criticism? Let's get real about the types of criticism Ellen faced. On social media, she's been accused of everything from hypocrisy to being a fake ally. Despite her be kind mantra, the public has called her out for friendships with polarizing figures like former President George W. Bush, and also her perceived lack of diversity that was on her show. But are these critiques fair, or are we just seeing the effects of our call-out culture? Let's dig a little deeper. A disconnect between on-screen Ellen and real-life Ellen? Some fans feel there's a divide between Ellen's on-screen persona and her off-camera actions. Critics claim she's just out of touch, using her fame to maintain an idealized, polished image while struggling with her authenticity. Others argue she's simply a product of fame forced to meet impossible expectations. Here's some notable backlashes. Remember Kevin Hart and the Oscars? And those pesky college admissions scandals back in 2019? Ellen faced backlash for supporting Kevin Hart amid his Oscars controversy, which some felt showed her disconnect from the LGBTQ plus concerns. Then, in the college admissions scandal, Ellen's support for students involved drew tons of criticism of her privilege and insensitivity. Are these criticisms fair, or is she just caught up in the crossfire of high expectations? Is Ellen DeGeneres the most criticized celebrity? One counterpoint to consider is that Ellen isn't alone. Other celebrities like Kanye West, Taylor Swift, and Justin Bieber have all faced heavy public scrutiny. So is Ellen really the most criticized celebrity, or are we all just addicted to a little celebrity drama? So here's some takeaways and closing thoughts. In the end, whether or not you believe Ellen's the most criticized celebrity of all time, it's clear she's an influential figure who's used her platform to promote kindness, acceptance, and social change. But her story also shows the intense public pressure that comes with being a celebrity in today's world. So what do you think? Is Ellen just another target of toxic online culture, or is there more to the story? This is a flavor that I call Bare Essentials. On October 22nd of 2024, Drew Barrymore made waves by stepping in front of a live studio audience, completely makeup-free, inspired by Pamela Anderson's recent no makeup journey. The episode, which featured a barefaced Drew and a co-host, Valerie Bertinelli, didn't just stir the audience. It sent ripples across social media, sparking discussions about beauty standards, self-acceptance, and the pressures of maintaining that perfect image in the spotlight. So, whose tea is it really? This time, it's the tea of those choosing authenticity over perfection. Drew's choice to go barefaced was a powerful stand against the unrealistic beauty ideas often upheld by the entertainment industry. Known for her long-standing role as a beauty icon and a former face of CoverGirl, Drew's makeup-free appearance turned expectations over on their heads, challenging the idea that beauty requires layers of product and polish. Her action wasn't just personal, it was a statement, and one that encouraged fans to rethink what beauty truly means. The response was immediate and overwhelmingly positive. The audience cheered and applauded as Drew appeared, and the online hashtag #BareIsBeautiful began trending. Fans shared their own no makeup selfies, praising Drew for her honesty and coverage. For many, it felt like a collective exhale from the societal pressure to look flawless at all times. Drew's choice resonated because it wasn't about a temporary trend, but about embracing who we are just as we are. What this means for beauty standards. This moment with Drew goes beyond just a beauty statement. It brings us to a larger question. Should celebrities shape beauty standards by setting unattainable ideas, or do they hold a responsibility to promote realism and diversity? Drew's bare-faced moment highlighted that beauty isn't about the latest cosmetic trends or the ideal contour, but about authenticity. Her choice could have easily pushed the beauty industry to reconsider its own messaging, especially as consumers demand more honest representations. The power of vulnerability. In the episode, Drew shared that her makeup-free appearance felt like stripping away armor, describing it as a freeing experience where she also took out her clip-ins. This vulnerability added a layer of depth to her message, reminding viewers that beauty goes beyond skin deep. In a world often focused on polished images, Drew's moment showed us that it's okay to let go and embrace our imperfections, an idea that resonated deeply with her audience. So Drew Barrymore's makeup-free episode wasn't just a one-time event. It was a call to reconsider beauty standards and to practice self-acceptance. Her message is a timely reminder that the beauty we see on the surface doesn't define our worth. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. The flavored salt and vinegar chips. Let's talk about dealing with haters, okay? Because criticism is pretty much inevitable if you're putting yourself out there on social media or YouTube like Miss C. I received 2 comments within the last week that, thank you for giving me content, haters. One said this was the worst video he'd ever seen, and the other lady wanted to know why the woman that was on the thumbnail wasn't in the video, or else she wouldn't have clicked on it if she would have knew it was me specifically. Those comments sting a little, but the good news is dealing with haters doesn't have to define your journey. It's easier than you might think, and I've got the key strategies to help you brush off that negativity, okay? And to stay positive and to keep moving forward like the pros that we are. Why dealing with haters is a rite of passage, okay? You're going to put yourself out there, and you know what? It takes guts. And guess what? Not everyone's going to like all the content that you put out. Some might even go out of their way to bring you down. But dealing with haters isn't just about handling those nasty comments or the mean messages. It's about protecting your mental health and keeping your self-worth fully intact. It's about cultivating a resilient mindset, one that believes in your worth and your value even when others don't. Now, I tell you guys, I've been there multiple times. Criticism used to hit hard, leaving me doubting my abilities and wondering if I should give up. But guess what? I'm still here. But the more I learned to focus on my supporters, my community, and my goals, the less power those negative voices had. So if you're tired of letting haters shake your confidence, keep watching. I'm here to share the proven tips I've used to handle those haters and to stay strong. So here's some key tips for dealing with those haters like a pro. Control your reaction. You have to control your reaction. You can't control what people say, but you can control how you respond. When you see a hurtful comment, take a deep breath. Take 10 deep breaths. Count to 10, matter of fact, and respond with kindness or don't respond at all. Choosing your reaction keeps you in control and shows that negativity isn't going to get you down. Don't take it personally, okay? Don't take it personally. Haters are often just projecting their insecurities onto you. They're not attacking who you are. They're attacking the ideas you're putting out. So don't let their negativity take root in your mind. Dealing with haters means seeing their criticism for what it really is, a reflection of them, not you. Surround yourself with positive people. I say this all the time in my videos. Because when you surrounded by a community that uplifts you, that believes in you, brushing off that negativity becomes so much easier. Lean in on the people who matter, your true supporters, and let their encouragement drown out that noise, okay? Focus on self-care. Take time to recharge and focus on your own growth, whether it's exercise, meditation, or simply spending time with family and friends. Self-care is key. Remember, your value doesn't come from others' opinions. It comes from within here. So my final thought to you is to rise above those haters. By now, you should feel more confident about handling the haters. Remember, dealing with these haters isn't letting their words define you. It's not. It's about showing them and yourself that their negativity does not matter. Every mean comment is an opportunity to rise above, to grow, and to stay focused on what really counts. So next time a hater tries to bring you down, smile, wave, and keep moving forward. Snickers fatigue fix. Let's be real, after a tsunami of campaign ads, endless debates, and political bickering that might rival your traditional family holiday dinner, are you exhausted of the election cycle? If so, join the club. It's called voter fatigue, and it's gaining traction for a good reason. The constant onslaught of political campaigning is enough to make even the most politically charged citizen want to hibernate until maybe 2028? Voter fatigue is becoming a real issue in today's political climate, as nonstop election coverage scandals and social media echo chambers keep politics in our faces 24/7. But what does it mean for our democracy? Even more importantly, what does it mean for you as a voter? More than just political exhaustion, voter fatigue is impacting the democratic process entirely, pushing more people to simply tune out. Let's unpack why. First, the campaigns are happening all the time now. Some places are holding multiple elections each year, with new candidates, endless ads, and debates that seem to blend into each other. It's tough to keep up. And then if we sprinkle in the spicy seasoning of polarization and negativity, bam, you got a recipe for disengagement. So is it any wonder voter turnout is slipping? The sources of voter fatigue range from constant media exposure to plain old dissatisfaction with the candidates. When people feel they're choosing between the lesser of two evils, it's no wonder they're not jumping out of bed to get to the polls. And the cycle doesn't end there. No, it doesn't end there at all. We have social media. The blessing or a curse? It has turned political news into a never-ending highlight reel of scandals and drama, pushing many into a corner where avoiding politics altogether feels like the healthiest choice. Now the question is, whose tea is it really? The answer? More than likely, a majority of us, because we're sipping on a fatigue-laced brew here, feeling alienated by partisan loyalty, sensationalist news, and the endless he said, she said. We're starting to ask if our votes really matter in a system that seems to be built to tire us out. But what if fatigue isn't just laziness or apathy? Maybe it's a rational response to a system that's going a bit overboard. Sure, voting is essential for a healthy democracy, but our current political landscape has people wondering if the engagement overload is doing more harm than good. So what's the takeaway? Voter fatigue is real. It's multi-layered and far from simple. Instead of assuming people are just uninterested, it's time we acknowledge that it's a natural reaction to today's hyper-politicized environment. We're only human. After all, the system should do better. That's a wrap for this week's Flavorful Friday. We've dug into some spicy topics, chewed over the crunchiest news, and hopefully I left you with some fresh perspectives to savor, at least until next week. Remember, these flavors change every week, so you will not want to miss out on what we're serving up next. Whether you come over to Who's TV for the laughs or the tea, or maybe a little bit of both, know that your inputs and insights make this conversation richer. So keep those comments coming. Keep them coming, keep them coming. And I'd like to know, what did you think about tonight's flavors? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new lineup. Until then, keep it flavorful, guys. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.